Subscribe, hit that bell icon, and share this clip if you enjoy it. This is TRS Clips. I think, while we've highlighted money so much in this particular episode, one thing I'd also like to highlight about money is that the money in your bank account is not very often, it's always a reflection of what you have put out in the world.
Right.
It's just how money works. And this has been a learning about money in the last 2-3 years for me, that it is just a reflection of the value you've put out in the world. Third law of Newton, Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The money is a reaction to the actions you put out.
Right.
And while most kids today want fat pay packages, want to be at a certain financial position in life, what they fail to understand is, again, I don't blame them for this because you've just spent 21 years on this earth. But you need to give yourself 5-6 years,
right,
to really see what those 5-6 years have done to your career. Because the big opportunities to earn that exorbitant increment is going to come in your 5th year. It's going to come in your 6th year.
Right.
It's not going to happen in the first 4 years.
Correct.
But kids these days need to understand patience. I can't believe I'm saying kids these days. I'm 28, dude. Like, it was 6 years ago that I graduated. But literally, my life was different before the lockdown, financially. These last 2 years have been great financially. And it's been an outcome of having grinded for like 4-5 years of my life.
Right.
And not having seen tough financial situations in those 4-5 years.
Right.
So that's the other kind of anecdote I want to attach to, oh, yes, you can become a multi-millionaire through coding. It's probably an extension to what you said, but I'm sure you felt the same way. Also, that whole, who said that thing? I think it was Johnny Depp? No, it was Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey said this, okay? He said that I hope everyone becomes as rich as they want and as famous as they want, to understand that money and fame aren't everything.
Right.
You realize that eventually, which I'm dead sure you realized sitting in the US. I'm sure you were earning a lot of money in dollars being a coder at Facebook. Something would have happened in you where you're like, no, I want to go back to my roots. I want to go back to India. Because you realize life and the experience of life isn't that number in your bank account. It is those moments you spend with your wife. It's those moments you spend with your family. It's those moments where you're eating great Indian food. But what had happened to you in the US, man? Like, why did you even decide to come back? Because I remember, to give you context, in my engineering college, I remember so many people shitting all over India. And I used to kind of get pissed off, the patriotic kid inside me used to be like, yo, why you shitting all over India, dude? There's a lot of opportunity here. And we're a happier country. I've been to the US. And I'd argue that, the happiness levels here are greater than the happiness levels there.
Right.
Yeah, I'd not just argue, I'd probably vouch for that, man. But what happened to you there?
So as you said, look, life in US is good. But there is an incident that happened with me when I was in school. There was this interaction I had with a fellow classmate where they asked me 3 very simple questions. They asked me, do you know the name of your father and mother? I said, yes, obviously. Then they asked me, do you know the name of your grandfather? I did, so I told them. Then they asked me, do you know the name of your great-grandfather? And then I realized that I don't know the name of my great-grandfather, even though that person is related to me. And what the point that they were trying to drive is that, look, when you die, all that's left behind is the legacy that you leave behind. People know you for the work you do. People know you for the legacy you leave behind. If you don't do something substantial, then you will fizzle out. People will forget about you. So one of the things that was very clear to me even then was, what do I want to be leaving behind, if at all I have to go out? And those kind of thoughts don't come when you're graduating from college, because then you are struggling for financial stability. But once you have that, then the next stage is, what is your legacy? What is it that you're going to do which is going to make you be remembered forever? And I was very clear that, look, the kind of work, the kind of challenges, everything is great at Facebook. But some of the core problems that I identify with, some of the core problems that I see, I don't get to solve that being at Facebook. I have 2 younger brothers who are also engineers. They are facing a very different kind of problem statement. That is back in my country. If I really have to make a difference, I should take that chance and I should give it a shot. And that's why I made the move back to India, to be able to solve a problem statement that I relate to the core. And I believe maybe I could be a person who can solve it.